it's Em here today to talk about my 2023 reading bingo board, which I have completed. So if you see me looking off to one side, it's because I'm looking at my bingo board so we can talk about it. And I will also put it up for you to see and follow along alongside me somewhere in this video. Every year I create a bingo board. Well, I should say every year. Did I do one last year? I feel like I did one last year and I didn't complete it. But that was somebody else's bingo board, and then I made my own for this year so I could find things that I could reasonably complete. And I already have one for next year, and I will share that as well at the end of the video. But I have it's a typical bingo size, BINGO 5x5, and you'll see it here. And I finished it yesterday with the rom-com square being my last one. And some of my choices you may want to debate, but the things I felt like fit the requirements, I used them. So far this year I've read 30 books out of the 40 that I have challenged myself to read this year. So I'm on track. There's obviously only 25 books on this bingo card because not every book I read fit a prompt on the card. Anyway, that said, you'll see the blank, you'll see the blank card here. New release, self-published, 1980s, a reread, young adult, memoir / biography, forward title, first in a series, royalty in some respect, green cover, manga / graphic novel, fantasy, the middle square is always just any book, mystery, mythology, book in translation, foreign setting, rom-com, nonfiction, historical, which in my mind could be fiction or nonfiction. Also, like 1980s, it's either a book that was written in the 80s or set in the 80s, those kinds of things. Ghosts / hauntings, LGBT, the author shares your initials, spies, and an animal in the title. All right, so those are the prompts, and here's what we have. So for a new release, I chose the Cardcaptor Sakura Clear Card manga that came out earlier this year. I think there's been a couple this year maybe, but the one that you see there is the one that I chose. The self-published, indie published, and to be clear, a lot of people say they are indie authors, meaning they're independent authors, self-published authors, but then like indie publishers, that tends to usually mean like a small publisher that doesn't belong to a larger house or doesn't have maybe the capital or overall. So there's a lot of terms in publishing that are a little bit squishy. People use them different ways. They mean different things when they use them. So in this case, I put self-published as the square on the bingo board because I wanted to be clear that I didn't mean something from a small press. I meant something that the author themselves had published. And I read Starseer by Katya Hernandez. I have a video about it somewhere back there. Find my book review playlist and you can find me talking about it. I really liked it. 1980s, We Ride Upon Sticks by Quan Berry. This was set in the fall of 1989, so it just ekes in there as being 80s. And so I placed it there. The reread was Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, which I hadn't read in probably like 20 years or something. And I saw it at the library and just kind of got a wild hair to pick it up. Young adult, The Sun and the Star, which again, I have a review video. I have a review video for all of these, most of these, maybe not all, but most. Memoir / biography, Surrender by Bono. Four-word title, The Song of Achilles, Yeah, okay, just double checking my math. I'm a writer, not a mathematician, but first book I read this year. Still probably one of the best books I've read this year. what is this one? Oh, first in a series, Thursday Murder Club, which I really enjoyed and want to read more in that series. Royalty, it was Revenge, which is it's not I wouldn't say it's a biography, is it? I don't know. It's an expose, maybe. It's gossip about Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Green cover, A Restless Truth, which is kind of greenish, and it's funny because I placed that one and then read a couple of other green books that you can see on the board here. But anyway, there it is. Manga / graphic novel, The Dragon's Betrothed. What is this one? Hang on. I'm looking at it, I'm like, I don't remember what that was. Foreign Setting, The Beautiful Ones, which is a fantasy setting, but is loosely meant to be France, I think. So Belle Epoque kind of style thing, but like, I can't remember the name that they have for their country, but it's vaguely France. Any book, I slapped Home Before Dark by Riley Sager in there. Mystery, The Appeal. Mythology, I finally finished The Trials of Apollo, and that last one is, which one? The Tower of Nero. Book and translation, that was Heaven Official's Blessing, which, again, really good. Do want to read more of that series, but there's like 8 of them, and they're kind of chunky, and they're kind of expensive. And I don't know if my library has them, but now that I have the first one, because I bought it, I kind of want all of them. So it's going to take me time to acquire them and then read them, but I do intend to. Then I have, Foreign Setting. Oh, no. So The Beautiful Ones was not Foreign Setting. That was fantasy. Foreign Setting was, I put Black Butler there because it takes place in England. Rom-com, the latest Nozaki-kun came out yesterday. Okay, I love Nozaki-kun. If you haven't watched the anime, if you haven't read these, they are so much fun and they are so lighthearted. And gosh, when you're in a bad place, it's a good place to escape to. Nozaki-kun. I always laugh to the point of tears at something in these, so I do highly recommend them. But anyway, number 14 came out. I got it in the mail yesterday. I sat down and read all the way through to finish my bingo board. I put it as rom-com because it's shoujo, and there's a lot of comedy and light romantic elements. It is about this girl who has a crush on a mangaka in her class, and he's kind of oblivious, but she and some other kids in their class help him with, shading and doing backgrounds in his manga and stuff. And I don't know, it's just fun. Over the period of reading it, I've fallen in love with these characters, and there's a lot of hijinks, and it's just fun. It's just sweet. And the anime is a lot of fun too. I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but if you can find it, it's not very many episodes, but I just always enjoy it. It is a comfort manga. Well, it's not really a manga, but it's a comfort series for me. Anyway, enough gushing. Then what was this? This wasn't Hauntings. That was just nonfiction. Okay, so nonfiction was Ghostland. Historical, Solomon's Crown. Then Ghosts and Hauntings was the Quiet Stillness of Empty Houses or something like that. I don't know. I can't read it because it's so tiny on this, but it has some very long. Sorry, I was interrupted by a couple different things happening simultaneously. Never a dull moment in this household. I got a package though. We will open that in just a moment because I'm super excited about what's in this. In any case, we're talking about The Quiet Stillness of Empty Houses, I think is the name of the book that I put on my Ghosts and Hauntings spot on the bingo board. I tend to read haunted books. I guess Home Before Dark would have been fine there. Ghostland would have been fine there. But in any case, that's where that landed. For LGBT, I have Husband Material, the sequel to Boyfriend Material, Boyfriend material I loved, husband material not so much. The author shares your initials, Annie Proulx, Brokeback Mountain, which again, I'm sure I have a video talking about it. Didn't love it. Spy times family, spy X family. Do people just call it Spy Family? I don't know. I read the first manga in that series. I haven't decided if I'm going to keep reading that series. I wouldn't say no. I would maybe pick up the second volume out of curiosity, but I wouldn't go out of my way to go look for it. Let's put it that way. And then Animal in the Title, The Dragon's Betrothed, Volume 2. I think that's the second one. I don't know. They could be swapped. I think that's the second one though, there. So that completes my board for the year. And now I'm gonna open this box because I have something very exciting. Oh, they're inside even more boxes. Boxes inside boxes. Why? Well, I know why. It's to keep them from getting crushed. If you know what this box is, then you know that I've got Louis here. He's got kind of a glare, but I've got Louis and also another Louis, but Louis with his scythe when he's out there cutting heads. This is from Interview with the Vampire, the film version. So these are my little Brad Pitt. That's actually a little less glare maybe if I hold him like this. You see him a little better that way. But yeah, I didn't see a Lestat. They had a Claudia, but I don't care about Claudia. Sounds terrible, but I don't know. I need cardboard dust. I needed the Louise. Yeah, and so I will put up my 2024 reading bingo board here somewhere so you can look at what I have coming up next year. Obviously, we still have like 3 or 4 months left in this year. But it is what it is. And so other than that, I continue to go forth and read. And I hope you do the same. If you've read any of these, let me know. Feel free to borrow my bingo board. If you can think of other books that I might like that are similar to these, then let me know that too. I always enjoy getting recommendations, whether they work for me or not. The book I'm reading right now, it might be my first 1-star review of the year. We'll have to see where it ends up. So sit tight for that video when it comes out. Until then, take care.